Hello students, I am Sir Glenn, your subject teacher. Welcome to General Mathematics Grade 11.
We've now arrived in our next lesson, lesson 3.1, which is all about solving rational equations. Okay? Solving rational equations. Solving an equation means finding the values of x that satisfies the equation. So, steps in solving rational equations. First, we find the least common denominator. The second one, multiply each term of the equation by the LCD. Third, solve the resulting equation. And lastly, check if the answers are correct by substituting the values of x to the equation. If the substitution ended with equal values, then the value of x is a solution. Otherwise, it's an extraneous root. An extraneous solution is a root of a transformed equation that is not a root of the original equation because it was excluded from the domain of the original equation. Example 1. Solve for x for the following. For the solution, watch this video. Here are the examples in solving rational equation. So, the first item, x all over 10 plus 1 all over 5 is equal to x all over 5. So, the first step in solving a rational equation, let's identify the least common denominator. So, how do we do that? Of course, by looking at the denominators. So, the first denominator is 10. The second denominator is 5. So, we consider them and then we try to identify their prime factors. The prime factors of 10, we have 1 times 2 times 5. And then the prime factors for 5, we have 1 and 5 only. So as you can see, since may kapareho siya doon sa factor ni 10, pinagtapat ko lang sila. Okay, so we bring down 1. Lahat ng magkakatapat at yung mga walang katapat, we just bring down them once. So 1 times 2 times 5. So we have 10. So this one is the least common denominator. Okay, so the second step, after identifying the LCD, we multiply the LCD to all the terms in our equation. So we have here, we multiply 10. So 10 times this one, we have 10x all over 10 plus 10 times 1 all over 5 is 10 all over 5. Then lastly, 10 times x all over 10, we have 10x all over 5. So simplifying further, we have 10 divided by 10 is 1. We cancel it. Gave us x. Then plus 10 divided by 5 is 2 is equal to 10x divided by 5 is 2x. Since equal symbol, we have our equal symbol here, ibig sabihin ito ay equal lang dito, we can change their positions, okay? So si 2x ilalagay na lang natin dito directly. And then ito din, yung entire x plus 2, ililipat lang din natin sila. Okay? So we transpose x going to the left side. From positive, it will be negative x. So, ang maiiwan lang dito ay si 2. 2x minus x, consider na may 1 yan. Considered na may 1 dyan sa tabi niya. So, since they are similar terms, pareho ng variable, pareho ng exponent which is 1, we simply subtract their numerical coefficients. So, 2 minus 1 is 1, or we simply write x is equal to 2. This is our answer. So, for the checking, if x is 2, then we have 2 all over 10 plus 1 all over 5 is equal to 1 all over 2 all over 5. So this will be 2 all over 10 can be simplified into 1 all over 5, plus we bring down 1 all over 5, we bring down 2 all over 5. So we simply add the numerators since similar fractions sila. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So it gave us equal result, a true statement. So therefore, our answer is correct. X is equal to 2. The solution for this equation is equivalent to 2. For the second example, 1/3 is equal to 4 all over x minus 1 all over 6. So again, the first step is to identify the least common denominator. So we consider their denominators. We have 3, we have x, and we have 6. Let's identify their prime factors. The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. Factor of x is syempre 1 and x. Factors of 6, we have 1 and 3 and 2. So as you can see, yung mga may kapareho sa taas, tinapat ko lang yung mga factors nila doon sa may kapareho. Sa mga walang kapareho, syempre hindi ko sila tinapat. Okay? So we bring down everything. This will be 1 times 3 times x times 2. So this will be 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times x is 3x, 3x times 2 is 6x. So that means our LCD is 6x. Second step, after identifying the least common denominator, we multiply the LCD to all the terms in our equation. So we simply multiply 6x, understood na may 1 yan sa baba. So in multiplying fractions, we simply multiply their numerators and then we multiply their denominators. So 6x times 1 is 6x. And then the denominator, 3 times 1 is 3, is equal to 6x times 4 is 24x. All over x times 1 is x. Then copy the negative symbol here. 6x times 1 is 6x. All over 6 times 1 is 6. Simplifying further, we have 6 divided by 3 is 2. We simply copy x is equal to 24x divided by x. So we cancel x. So ang naiwan na lang is 24. And then 6x divided by 6, we cancel 6. Ang naiwan ay si x. So transposing negative x to the left side, we have 2x. From negative, it will be positive x is equal to, we simply copy 24. So 2x plus 1x, we have 3x is equal to 24. Divide both sides by 3, so it will give us x is equal to 8. So for us to be sure if this is the solution for our equation, we do checking. If x is 8, we have 1/3 is equal to 4 all over 8 minus 1 all over 6. So this will be 1/3 is equal to 4 all over 8 can be written as 1/2, then minus 1 all over 6. So we copy 1/3, and then the LCD here is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3. 6 divided by 6 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. So minus 1 here. We have 1/3 is equal to 3 minus 1 is 2 all over 6. Or this can be written as 1/3 is equal to 1/3. Since we arrive in a true statement, sure na tayo na si 8 ay solution ni equation B. This is our answer. Okay? For the second example, Solve each equation for A, B, and C. For the solution, watch this video. For the next example, solve for each equation. Y plus 3 all over y minus 1 is equal to 4 all over y minus 1. So, as we can see in the denominator, they have the same denominators. So, ibig sabihin, yan na agad ang ating LCD. Okay, so, multiplying the LCD to the entire equation, we have y minus 1 all over 1. So, the LCD times this one, we have y plus 3 times y minus 1 all over y minus 1 times 1 is y minus 1. So, as you can see, pinagtabi ko na lang muna sila. Hindi ko sila directly minultiply kasi possible na kung meron may common sa numerator at kay denominator, we can cancel it immediately. Okay? Is equal to the LCD times this one. So, 4 times y minus 1, so we simply copy 4 and then parenthesis y minus 1 all over y minus 1 times 1 is y minus 1. So as you can see, may pareho sila. We can immediately cancel them out. So ang naiwan ay y plus 3 is equal to 4. So since 1 na yung numerical coefficient ni y, wala na tayong ika-cancel dyan. All we have to do is to transpose positive 3. So y is equal to 4. Transposing positive 3 to the right, it will be negative 3. So we have y is equal to 4 minus 3 is 1. So for us to be sure if that is the solution for our problem, for our equation, we do checking. If y is equal to 1, then we have 1 plus 3 all over 1 minus 1 is equal to 4 all over 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have 1 plus 3 is 4 all over 0 is equal to 4 all over 0. Since we arrived at this result, it is undefined kasi the denominator is 0. Therefore, y is an example of an extraneous solution. Okay? So, kung ganito ang sagot na nakuha ninyo, extraneous solution, you write there extraneous solution and then no solution. This is the answer. No real number solution. Okay? For this example, as you can see in the denominator, pareho lang sila ng denominator. So, gaya dun sa previous example, yan na agad ang ating LCD. Okay, so we multiply that to all the terms. Here, we have y plus 1. So, y plus 1 all over 1 times this one, we have, again, pagtatabihin lang muna natin sila. 3 times y plus 3, and then, tatabi si y plus 1 all over y plus 1, then plus 2 times this one, we have 2 times y plus 1 is equal to this one times this. Pagtatabihin lang natin ulit, 3y plus 1 and then y plus 1 all over y plus 1 times 1 is y plus 1. As you can see, may pwedeng i-cancel dyan. Again, you can only cancel if the operation that separates here ay multiplication. You can cancel the entire y plus 1 here. Hindi mo pwedeng i-cancel lang si y. But hindi mo pwedeng i-cancel yun, tas ito, hindi pwede. Ang pwede mo i-cancel ay yung factor. We cancel factors. We do not cancel terms. Okay? So, since na-cancel na yan, ang naiwan ay 3 times y plus 3 plus 2 times y plus 1 is equal to, na-cancel na rin ito. We have, ang naiwan ay 3y plus 1. Distributing 3 to all the terms inside the parenthesis, we have 3 times y is 3y 3 times 3 is 9. Then 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 1 is 2. Is equal to, we simply copy 3y plus 1. Combining all the terms, we have 3y plus 2y is 5y. And then 9 plus 2 is 11 is equal to, we simply copy 3y plus 1. Transposing positive 3y to the left, we have 5y. From positive, it will be negative 3y. And we also transpose positive 11 to the right. From positive, it will become negative 11. So, combining similar terms, and similar na sila pareho, similar na sila. 5 minus 3 is 2. We affix the variable y. 1 minus 10 is negative. 1 minus 11 is negative 10. So, to get rid of this numerical coefficient, we divide both sides by 2. So, we have y is equal to negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. For us to be sure if that is the correct answer, we do checking. If y is negative 5, then we have 3 times negative 5 plus 3 all over negative 5 plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 times negative 5 plus 1 all over negative 5 plus 1. So this will be negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6 all over negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 plus 2 is equal to negative 5 times 3 is negative 15 plus 1 is negative 14 all over negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Simplifying further, negative 6 all over negative 4 can be written as 3 all over 2 plus 2 is equal to negative 14 all over negative 4 can be written as positive 7 all over 2. The LCD here, understood na may 1 yung denominator ni 2, we have 2. 2 times 2 divided by 2 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 divided by 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. We have 7 all over 2 here. 3 plus 4 is 7 all over 2 is equal to 7 all over 2 on the right side. So, since we arrive at each row statement, therefore, this is a valid solution. This is our answer for example B. Okay? So, for the last example, we solve for x for 4x plus 1 all over x plus 1 minus 3 is equal to 12 all over x squared minus 1. So, as you can see in their denominators, hindi na sila magkapareho. So, we do the method in trying to identify the LCD which was used in the first two examples. Okay, so we consider the denominators here. We have x plus 1, we have x squared minus 1. So, factors of x plus 1, we have 1 and x plus 1. Factors of x squared minus 1, if you know the special product, the first term is a perfect square, the second term is a perfect square. So, definitely, you can use the difference of two squares. Okay, yung factoring na method. So, factors of x squared minus 1, we have 1. And then, x plus 1, tatapat ko siya dyan kasi magkapareho sila, and then x minus 1. So, draw a vertical line, and then we bring down 1, we bring down x plus 1, and then we bring down x minus 1. So, that means our LCD is x plus 1 and x minus 1. So, multiplying the LCD to all the terms in our equation, we have this. Understood na meron siyang 1 as the denominator. So, the LCD times this term, we have, pagtatabi-tabihin lang muna, 4x plus 1, then x plus 1, then x minus 1, all over, we simply copy x plus 1, minus 3 times the LCD, we have 3, and then x plus 1, x minus 1, all over 1. And then is equal to this term times the LCD. We have 12 times x plus 1, and then x minus 1 all over x squared minus 1. So we cancel common factors doon sa numerator at denominator. We can disregard this one. Ang may iwan ay 4x plus 1 times x minus 1, and then we have 3 times, this is x squared minus 1. Kasi minultiply natin sila, multiply mo yan doon, and then this one doon din. It will give you x squared minus 1 is equal to, maka-cancel na yan, is equal to 12. So simplifying further, we get 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times negative 1 is negative 4x. 1 times x is positive x. And 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And then negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. So be careful with the signs, kasi kapag may nakaligtaan ka lang na isang sign, mamamali na lahat. Okay? Combining similar terms, again, what are similar terms? Terms are similar if they have the same variable and they have the same exponent. So, ibig sabihin, similar ito and then ito. So, 4 minus 3, we have 1 or simply x squared. Similar din ito, negative 4x plus x, we have negative 3x. The negative 1 plus 3 is equivalent to positive 2. We have is equal to 12 here. So continuing the process, we transpose positive 12 to the left. We have x squared minus 3x plus 2, and then this will be negative 12 is equal to 0. So simplifying further, we get x squared minus 3x. 2 minus 12 is negative 10 is equal to 0. Okay, so it gave us a quadratic equation. So in trying to figure out the possible roots of the quadratic equation, we can use several methods. So we can either use factoring, or we can also use the quadratic formula. So in this case, I'll be using factoring. Okay, so as you can see, since factorable si negative 10, ang factors niya ay pwedeng 5, negative 2. Factors of negative 10 ay, I'll just write it here. Factors of negative 10, we have 5 and negative 2. Pwedeng negative 5 and 2. Pwedeng 10, negative 1, pwedeng negative 10 and 1. So, paano gamitin yung factoring? Kapag 1 yung numerical coefficient ni leading term, we can do this method. So, you try to figure out the possible factors of the last term. Ilista mo lahat. And then you try to combine them. So, 5 minus 2 is positive 3. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. 10 minus 1 is positive 9. Negative 10 plus 1 is negative 9. So, after combining the factors, tignan mo doon sa mga sums na nakita mo kung mayroong kapareho doon sa middle term ng fina-factor mo. So, as you can see, negative 3 yung middle term, and then may ang combination ng factors na ang output or yung difference nila, yung nakuha nating result after combining the two factors ay negative 5 and 2. Ito yung ilalagay natin sa factors. So therefore, ang factors nito ay x minus 5 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so using the zero factor property, we can equate both factors to 0. So we have x minus 5 is equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. Transposing negative 5, it is positive 5. Transposing positive 2, it is negative 2. Since dalawang result natin, possible na isa sa kanila ay hindi kasama sa solution or pwede rin na silang dalawa. Para makasiguro tayo, let's just do checking. Okay? If x is equal to 5, so substituting 5 to all the terms in our original equation, we have 4 times 5 plus 1 all over 5 plus 1 minus 3 is equal to 12 all over 5 squared minus 1. So simplifying further, we have 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1 is 21 all over 5 plus 1 is 6 minus 3 is equal to, this is 12 all over 5 squared is 25 minus 1 is 24. So the LCD here is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 1 times 21 is 21. 6, understood na may 1 siya. 1 yung denominator ni negative 3. 6 divided by 1 is 6 times negative 3 is negative 18 is equal to, simplifying this, we have 1 all over. Simplifying further, we have 21 minus 18 is 3 all over 6 is equal to 1 all over 2. So simplifying 3 all over 6, we have 1 half is equal to 1 half. So since ang nakuha natin ay true statement, kabilang sa solution si x. Okay? For the other factor, we have, if x is equal to negative 2, we have 4 times negative 2 plus 1 all over negative 2 plus 1 minus 3 is equal to 12 all over negative 2 squared minus 1. So simplifying further, we have 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 plus 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1 minus 3 is equal to 12 all over negative 2 squared is positive 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7 all over negative 1 minus 3 is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 6. So negative divided by negative is positive, so 7 minus 3 is equal to, this is 4, sorry, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 7 minus 3 is equal to, we bring down 4, 7 minus 3 is 4, 4 is equal to 4. So since it gave us a true statement as well, ibig sabihin, part din ng solution set C negative 2. Therefore, if ganyan yung scenario, ang nakuha mo ay dalawang values ni x, you write your answer in this format. X is equal to negative 2 and positive 5. Okay? For the activity, do activity 3 on page 12 and activity 4 on page 15.